So basically, if you're going to have late night parties, you always invite your neighbors, because they do have the right to call the cops for the noise. You can't dig so close to your neighbor's property line that his soil will fall onto your property, because you are stealing his property. You can't build so close to the property lines that the water from your eaves will run onto his property, or snow will come off your roof onto his property. You also have to leave enough space to do maintenance on your home, because you can't trespass on his property by putting a ladder on there. He doesn't have to let you do that. If he does, he's just being a good neighbor. There are a multitude of things. You can't block up streams. I'll be there in just a second. You can't block up streams that you flood someone out. You can't allow beaver dams to do that. If you are flooding out a neighbor, he can sue you. And it doesn't matter if that beaver dam is caused by a beaver. It is your responsibility to remove that dam to the point that he is not flooded out. Conservation authorities telling you that you can't do that, they are putting you in the situation that you can be sued. So you have to think about these things. Remember when the little old lady next door couldn't cut her grass? Do you know what's happening now? People aren't going over and offering to help her to cut her grass. They're picking up the phone and they're phoning bylaw. What have we become in this province? So if you are thinking about picking up the phone to nail the little old lady next door for not cutting her grass, remember, one day you will be that little old person. And someone will be doing it to you. So, I got this fellow here.
Regarding zoning, about half a dozen years ago, the city of Ottawa decided to change the zoning for many rural properties in the former municipalities. And questioning the zoning personnel, they said that they did that to tie up some loose ends because of amalgamation. They didn't inform any of these property owners. There, from what I gather, are hundreds, if not thousands of properties in which they've done this. Can they get away with this?
It's called procedural fairness. And all they have to do is put an ad in one newspaper that goes to 100 people.
Which they did.
And all they have to do is have one public meeting.
Which I don't even know about because that was 3 years ago. And I, as many people, found out about this through by accident. And there's probably many people, maybe people even here tonight, that don't even know that this is happening.
Well, this is why I'm actually, like Curtis was talking about the, what is it, a reference you're doing? The reference for the OSPCA. Personally, I would like to have a reference done on the Planning Act. Because all the municipalities keep running back to the Planning Act and the provincial policy statement, where it says right in the provincial policy statement that it is the provincial interests in land use development. Well, the provincial interest has nothing to do with your private interests. So this is why I'm hoping that, you know, sooner or later we can get the litigation fund built up enough to take on the Planning Act. Because
when I asked them why they did this, why not inform the property owners, I was bluntly told, well, if we would have done that, we'd be spending the next 10 years in sport, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
And it's done.
What I would tell people though is, come landowners, get your signs up, and if you have any questions, just write letters to the municipality saying that you are not part and parcel of their official plan, because they haven't any right to actually designate or zone your property anything unless it has to do with the public services that are being supplied, because it's only applicable to public works.
When you were talking about the government saying that, excuse me, losing my train of thought, but when you were saying that if it's your property, they can basically tell you what you can do or make plans for your property or anything without them owning that property.